Yo, welcome to Music is a Day Job. I'm your host, Sean. Music is a Day Job is sponsored by the Concert app. The Concert app is an artist accelerator that takes artists from opener to headliner to on tour and gives the fan the best experience in independent live music. Now, today, this is going to be a touchy subject with some people. Today, the subject is, do I need a manager? Which I hear a lot. Do I need a manager, or can you manage me? And all this stuff like that. Okay, here it is. Because everyone's experience is their own experience, so I can't really say you do or you don't. But I'm just going to tell you what I really think personally, and we'll just, take what you want from it. Do you need a manager? No. And see, I've come across, which have been in my life, like maybe out of my 15 years, maybe two, three, 4 of my years, I had a manager out of the 15 years. Inside that, the thing is you need something to be managed for you to need a manager. In my space, the last time I had a manager, I actually had stuff that needed to be managed. Now, whether that was managed correctly is what it is. Uh, what I have at that point, I'm booking a lot of shows. I make a good bit of money off shows, and I expected well, that situation was very different than a lot of people's situation. My situation was I had a good hold on to my independent movement in Colorado at the time, and the person who became my manager had a lot of connects in the industry due to their past life, and they were like, "Hey, you should come try to be a national artist instead of doing the independent route." And I had never seen some of the things that are in the business, and so we left LA, and of course we tried to make it work, but a lot of things we did not see alike at all. And of course that's why you come to this point, because it's like a lot of stuff I don't agree with, and a lot of stuff I just can't be a part of. So, which I won't get into, but like for those who are in the industry, you may love it. For those in the industry, a lot of people don't like it. But um, I am a firm believer, as in I'm not going to do it for money. So I just know that, hey, as I said, if I don't like it, I will move away from it. And I will never come back again. I will make my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real. I will make my own industry, worst case. Inside this, for most people, they get a manager and they don't have anything to manage. Your manager's not going to, if your manager's working harder than you, then that's the problem. A lot of times the artist will just be making music and the manager will be trying to do everything for them. And when that manager fails at that, that then leaves something like a bad feeling between both people. And this is why this doesn't make sense. A manager is exactly what they do. They manage what you have. Now, if you don't have anything that needs to be managed, then that's why you don't need a manager, because you're looking at a space, like you're looking at a spot. Like I like to say, like if you have like 10 shows this month, and um you're already getting paid for shows and stuff, like, then yeah, you might need a manager, because if you're not going to do the business yourself, you see what I'm saying? Like, because then someone else can manage like making sure you get paid and everything like that, and you don't have to do that and stuff like that. I personally have to see everything. So I decided to kind of manage myself, because I'm going to talk like me and Brian. Brian will like deal with everything with the venue. I make sure to watch over all the money that happens, all the payments, everything like that, because I'm very you can say controlling like that, but uh I would say like a lot of people don't you see it because a lot of artists mismanage money, and they allow other people to manage their money, and that's why they mismanage it. But who's to say? That's why I say don't. You're adding something to a plate that you haven't filled to your full potential yet yourself. So because you haven't got to the point that you have enough stuff to be managed, you're then adding another piece to it to do what? So inside of that, now you can have people who are team members of like pushing you forward, But when you say manager, you're saying something very specific. So you want to have team members that possibly are willing to help you push things forward, to, help you put this here, help you do this show like this, help you bring material and items for merch and stuff like that. You want team members. But when you say manager, you're really saying something specific. So I'd say wait till you have stuff that needs to be managed before you get a manager. Now, you can get team members anytime. And those people can make sense. The people that want to, as I said, people that want to help you with merch. People want to help make sure you get there on time. Make sure you know what I'm saying? Like they might help you talk to a venue, whatever like that. Those people are good. But manager is very specific. So they're mostly for people who are on labels because they need someone who's staying in contact with a label and everything like that, and some of the tour parts while you just make music and do what you do. That's why they exist. So I don't think you need a manager. And then of course not me. I know a lot of people ask Brian because he's more outgoing that way and like teaching people things. But the thing is just take his advice of how he teaches, like, or drops knowledge to you, and then kind of go from there, because he would tell you too, like, he's not like a manager, like he's not going to be a day-to-day for someone. So it's just take what you can and then figure out, like, okay, I'll just go this, figure out how you can fill your plate to the full, so it's full. And when you fill your plate to the full, then talk about that. If you're just making music, your plate's not full. If you're trying to be an independent artist. Now, if you're on a label, then that could be full. But if you're not on a label and you are just an independent artist, fill your plate with what you can and can't do, okay? And then start going team members. And then if everyone gets over full, then you go, like, we need a manager to manage everything that's over full. And that's how you should see this, if you need a manager or not. So play that like that, and then that'll work like that. Once again, this has been Music is a Day Job. The Concert app is on all platforms, so you can get it Android, iOS, whatever. Make sure you get on there. If you're an artist in another state that we're not in, we're currently in Colorado. Utah will be in Arizona this month. If you're in someplace else, start telling all the artists hey, get on the app so we can see the demand out there, and then we can come move out there. So start telling artists that. On top of that, if you have connected any venues, that makes it easier. If you want to pass those along, then we can start building quicker out there too for that also. So once again, this has been Music is a Day Job. I'm your host, Sean, and this is sponsored by the Concert app.